Certain foods and flavors invoke memories because they bring us back to a time or a place or an event. And there's one food that brings me back to my childhood. As a kid watching late night movies with my father, I remember he would get up, go into the kitchen, and he would pull out the peanut butter. Every night, every dessert or snack he made had peanut butter. It was a peanut butter sandwich, all different combinations. I'm not going to tell you all the combinations, it's just too many to count. But if my brother's watching, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So does my mom. And we would look and we would be like, what is he making? What is he eating now? But every time I have peanut butter, it takes me back to that beautiful memory of watching TV with my dad and just like having the craziest look at my brother when he was creating these masterpieces of dessert sandwiches. So I made something that brought me back there, and it's a peanut butter and chocolate whoopie pie. I just wanted something bite-sized that I could snack on when I'm craving something sweet. So you have two moist cookie cakes with peanut butter buttercream sandwiched in the middle. And I'm going to show you how I made these next on a sweet spot. Let's start making our whoopie pie cakes. Take your flour and your cocoa powder, get all that in, and your salt, baking soda, and your baking powder. And just whisk all of those together until they're really combined. And set that aside. We're going to add that to the mixture a little bit later. Now add your butter and cream that with your granulated sugar as well as your brown sugar. Mix on medium till you get a very smooth texture. It'll be a little bit grainy. Now crack in your 1 egg. Mix it until smooth. And just throw in your vanilla. And then just give that a quick mix. All right, it's time to add in our buttermilk and our flour mixture. Now you're going to start by adding your flour and rotating with the buttermilk. Add about 1/3 of each. Mix on medium in between each rotation. Now that that's mixed, it's time to put our batter onto our cookie sheet. I use an ice cream scooper. You can use a tablespoon. Give the cakes a little bit room to expand. They won't expand much, but give them a little space to spread out. While our cakes are baking, you can start on your buttercream. Start with your butter. And then cream your butter with your peanut butter. It gets a little sticky, so you want to use a spatula to make sure you get all of that peanut butter out. Cream it on medium for 1 to 2 minutes until it's smooth. Your butter will look a little chunky inside the peanut butter, but that's okay. Now add in your confectioner sugar. I add in about half at a time, just so I don't have sugar flying everywhere. And I start on low and then work my way up to medium. And then with this, you really want to scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure all of that confectioner sugar is combined with the butter and peanut butter. And now add the rest of your confectioner sugar. And then you're just gonna mix that until it's nice and smooth. Now add 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. And I add a little at a time again, just so I can make sure it's all combined and mixed together. Remember, you want this buttercream on the thicker side because you're using it as a filling for the whoopie pie. So you don't want it too thin. You want it nice and thick and creamy. Finally, add in your teaspoon of vanilla extract. See how nice and whipped that is? It's a nice thick consistency. Now you're gonna spoon that into a piping bag because we're gonna pipe the filling onto our cakes. Flip over one side of each pie, and you could do it one or two ways. You can add a big dollop in the middle of your pie, like you see here. Or you could do what I prefer. I prefer to make a circle so that I know I have all of my filling. So I do a circle loop-de-loop. All right, now take the other side of your pies and just smash them together and you'll get a nice whoopie pie sandwich. And it'll make about 12 to 14 cookies. Oh, they're so good. I cannot wait to eat these. Look at that peanut butter filling. Oh.